decided I'm going to see if I still have a problem today after last night's little snafu with the SmokeFire. So I figured for lunch, we're gonna kick it up and I am going to make my Death Meth chicken wings. I'm gonna do this the way I like to do them. I pressure cook them for, about 8 minutes or so on high, bring them out, let them cool down a little bit, dry out a little bit. We're gonna hit them with our Death Meth, and then we are going to fire up the SmokeFire, get her ramped up to grilling temp, and just give them a quick sear and char on that thing. So that's what we're having for lunch today. This morning I went out there, I took everything out, cleaned everything up. Like I said, I had just cleaned it. I did notice I had a void, a massive void in my rear pellets last night when I was looking. They were all sitting there, but there was nothing underneath. As soon as I hit them with the paddle, they went. So it could have ran out of pellets, and then, it was just one thing after another. I had stopped it before the shutdown was going, and, I don't know, could have been. I know a couple people had mentioned it might have something to do with that update, but I got that update the night before I did that long 19-hour cook, and I've thrown on that thing quite a few times since then. So I don't know if it's that or if it just happened to, yesterday was the day it decided to give me the finger, you know what I mean? So anyway, I put my insert that's been sitting in the garage that Weber sent me a while ago. So I got that in there today. I did drain all the pellets out because, doing it, I had a lot of dust from previously because I haven't cleaned the hopper out. I just keep adding pellets to it. So I got that cleaned out, got that in there. Let's see what the hell happens. But we are going to make some wings. So let's get busy. I'm gonna do this kind of quick. Everybody has their own way of making wings. But if you do have a pressure cooker, you gotta at least give it a shot. I'm telling you, they are crazy juicy, just tender, tons of flavor, and then they become nice and crispy when you sear them up on the grill out there. Give them a nice char, that wood flavor. They're quick. I mean, you can literally make wings in 30 minutes, 35 minutes, from start to finish without using any grease. So this is by far my favorite wing. I mean, I like a good smoked wing, things like that, but really chicken wings, I'm a purist when it comes to it. I like some spice on them. I like to spin them in some buffalo sometimes. That's it. Eat them with fries, man. That's it. I'm simple. So let's do this real quick. Hey, boys and girls. So I'm pardon my appearance. Been working around the house, and this is my sleepwear. So, but I wanted to figure out what the hell went wrong last night. So I went out there, cleaned everything out, checked everything. Nothing at first appearance looked like there was a problem. Last night I did notice, this was afterwards, I went out there because I was stewing over it, and I noticed that I had a massive void in my pellets. So they looked like they were there, everything was good. As soon as I hit them with that paddle, they just collapsed into it themselves. So I may have just simply ran it out of pellets. It rabbit holed me back there. Excuse me. So I'm gonna find out, but I figured I have that insert that was in the garage for a couple of weeks. So I went out there, cleaned everything out. I put that in. So now the insert is installed. I put my pellets back in, double checked everything else. I know a couple of people mentioned about the software update that recently happened, but I had gotten that software update the night, it was like 3 in the morning when I was starting that massive beef neck. And that thing went for 19 hours and no issues at all. And I've thrown a ton more food at it since then. 0 issues. So I don't know if that has something to do with it or if that was just, the time that the SmokeFire decided to give me the finger. You know what I mean? So I'm going to find out today for lunch. So today, I know everybody has their own way of making chicken wings. I'm going to make these my way. And these are going to be our Death Meth wings. They are spicy. They are coated. They are pressure cooked first and grilled second. So now I do like a good smoked wing. I got no problem with it. Sometimes you just want to eat wings and not make it a whole big orchestrated affair. So you can pressure cook them for like 8 minutes on high, 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how many wings you got going on. And they're so tender and so juicy, and the texture is insane. You let them dry a little bit, spice them up, toss them out on the grill, and just give them a nice sear and char. And they're just, seriously, they're next to just straight up frying them in lard, man. It's hard to beat them. They're super good. So if you do have a Ninja or a pressure fryer or pressure cooker or anything like that, give it a shot. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed at all. And you could cook wings in 30 minutes, you know? I mean, nice, crispy, tender, juicy wings in 30 minutes. So that's a great lunch right there. So let's get going. So here we got our nice holes here. Big old boys. Some chickens I definitely wouldn't want to run in a dark alley. But right here, I go right along, right in between that bone joint. And same thing over on this side right here. So you can avoid them frozen ones. Just getting in between them joints. Oh, messed up on that one. And nice fresh wings, man. Really can't beat it. So I'm going to bang the rest of these guys out. And we'll get them seasoned up. All right, so we got them all chopped up. Now, our Death Meth. This is tablespoon of salt. Flake I use, tablespoon of black pepper, teaspoon of cayenne, a teaspoon of New Mexico dried green chilies. They have that different heat than that red pepper heat. You know what I mean? So it hits you in the front, and you know the other one hits you in the back. So you're getting, it's 1-2 kind of shit. Then we got a tablespoon of Ancho chili powder, tablespoon of paprika, and just a teaspoon of garlic, granulated garlic, and a teaspoon of granulated onion. And that there, boys and girls, is our Death Meth. Look at the color on that. Look at the texture in there. Look at that. Oh man. That's what I'm talking about right there. That, it's got great flavor, but it lights you up. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm going to do. I'd like to put a little spice on the wings before I pressure cook them, because, you know, as you know, a pressure cooker just kind of pushes flavor in there. So we're going to put a little bit on there. We're not going to put our full dusting on, nothing like that, but we just want some of that flavor to get penetrated into the meat. So pile them up. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Yes, this is a dirty hand, but I'm using it for this and this alone anyway. So I am just going to do just a dusting on these things. Try to get all of them. Get them around, that kind of stuff. I should really try and find shakers that actually work. But everything I use, the coarse ground stuff and things like that, man, it's hard as hell to get a shaker to work right. You know, you'll be shaking out your spices and then you look and it's like, all right, well, yeah, you thought stuff was coming out, but the big stuff was staying in there. So you're not even getting your, you know, the full complexity of the rub. So that's why I just straight up quit using shakers a couple years back, actually, quite a few years, because they're just, I don't know, they just don't work for me. So dust them all the way around. This is going to give us that flavor. It's actually going to bring some color into the wings as well. And then the rest of it, we are going to dust on the outside for our crust. And these things will change your life, man. They'll burn anything out of you. But it's a nice burn, I'll put it that way. It is a nice burn. It's nothing insane. Just massage all these in there, make sure everything is happy. It's happy. So, and 1 second. All right. Oh, damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna get over. Let's get the pressure cooker going. I'm not gonna show you the whole pressure cook. Everybody's pressure cooker is different, but you know, just to give you an idea of what's going on. I'll be right back. All right, guys. We are relocated. So this is what we got. We got my Ninja. Seriously, inside the kitchen, this is one of my favorite appliances, man. I love this thing. Pressure cooked. You can steam. It air fries like a champ. I just love this damn thing. So, but this isn't a Ninja ad, man. So, about a half cup of water. That's all you really need. Get our basket in there. Don't really have to be too concerned with how the wings lay out in there, but I try not to keep them too tight, you know. I just kind of try to lay them so that way everything just kind of flows through them. Not just packed in, you know. And that's a wrap on that. So, take our lid, pressure lid, make sure that's closed up. Again, close it up. And then we move on over here. Give her some life. We're gonna go pressure on high. We'll go 10 minutes. And that's a wrap. So I do 10 minutes on high and then about 5 minutes on the decompress. And they turn out perfect. I mean, they're right there, but enough time for you to still be able to grill them, sear them, as long as you have a hot grill. If you're not going to get, you know, if it's not going to be super hot, you know, hot grill, if you got maybe something smaller, whatever, or if you just wanted to bake them afterwards, I would suggest only going about 5 or 6 minutes. So, I mean, I know it doesn't sound like much, but a pressure cooker, it's the real deal, man. I mean, you could cook a whole chicken in 13 minutes in this thing. I've done it many times. So we're just gonna let them go. Then we'll pull them out and just gonna let them kind of just chill out on the pan, just kind of dry a little bit. We'll pat them and then we're going to rub them up and then fire up the grill. All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes left on the pressure. So we got about 7 minutes or so before we're ready to go. So let's light this thing up and see if she works. Let's give her some life. See, that's what concerns me because I know it's not 105 degrees in there. Weird, right? See what I'm saying? Something isn't right. Something isn't right, guys. I've cleaned my ambient probe. All right, so now it's going down. Let me try something here. Maybe I didn't have a clean shutdown. Like I said, all hell was breaking loose, things like that. So now it said it's safe to turn my grill off. Last night it didn't tell me that. So we're gonna turn it off. Man, oh man. I'm gonna unplug it just for a second here. Make sure I kill anything that's floating around. Deplete all the capacitors and all that nonsense. And let's try it again. Nasty out here today. Okay, well, let's see what happens. So we're gonna crank this bad boy up. All right, that's the sound it's supposed to make. So I'm gonna let it heat up, hopefully. Well, typically I could always get to 500 and, you know, I mean, short amount of time. I can get to 600 in probably 15 minutes, you know. So we're just gonna see. It's got fresh, clean pellets in there. Everything's been cleaned out. Made sure the fire pot was cleaned out. Double checked my igniter. All that looked good. I got the new hopper insert in there. So I don't know. I guess we'll hopefully it was just one of those things, man. Yesterday was being a bitch. So if not, I'll give Weber a call. But I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll be back. So pressure side is done. Let's check them out. Let's release it. You can smell it. It smells so good. All right. There we go. Look at all that. Oh man, we done pushed that flavor right into it. You know what I've always thought about is after I've done this kind of stuff is this right here. Do you imagine what kind of stock that would make? Like some ridiculous stuff, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna try it one day though. Why waste it? So, okay, so let me get over here. Here's our pan. Let's grab our basket. And we're gonna get our wings out. We're just gonna let them sit out so they stay, you know, dry. Let them dry out a little bit. You know, you don't want to put wet skin in, otherwise we're never gonna get crispy. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna pull them out. See how tender they are, though, already. So damn good, so good, guys. I'm gonna separate these guys out. Once they cool just for a minute while the grill's heating up, then we're going to dust them up and give them some real love. We'll pat them down just to make sure we get all that moisture off. I mean, another trick, you could add some baking powder, not soda, powder, to your rub or even in a shaker and just dust these things. And, you know, that leavening agent will actually help. But you'd be surprised how crispy these actually get because the fat that's underneath the skin in between the meat has already pretty much rendered. And that's what really stops that skin from getting crispy a lot of times. So we've already taken care of that step while adding all this flavor from the pressure cooker. So that's what we got. We're gonna let them guys sit out and just let it do its thing, let them chill a bit. Then we're going to just give them a quick pat just to make sure that they're dry. And we're gonna dust them with the rest of our Death Meth here. So we'll be back. All right, guys, this is what we got here. It cooled a little, nice and dry. I just patted them a little bit with some paper towel. So let's get the rest of our seasoning on it, shall we? We want them to sting a bit, so don't be shy. Gonna keep them honest here. You don't have to worry about this being raw chicken anymore, because I mean, in all honesty, you could eat them right now if you wanted to. So, but that's why we're cooling them down, so we can cook everything back up. We don't overcook them, and we get a nice crispy wing. SmokeFire is heating up out there. It's hopefully I don't have an issue. If not, I'll call Weber, see what they have to say. So explain yourself. It's just strange, man. Thing's been running hard. I mean, you guys seen what it's been through. And it's done everything, taking it in stride, man. And all of a sudden, last night, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know what I mean? But my camshaft did the same thing on me. It was, that thing ran and ran and ran. I had no issues, and then it was Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day. Whole plan. Cooking the entire dinner out there. At that time, I had a Kamado Joe as well. So we're doing the KJ and the Camp Chef. I was doing it all. And I went to heat it up. Couldn't get the damn thing over 230 degrees. Called Camp Chef, and they you know, it's pretty much like calling any support, you know. Oh, turn it on and turn it back off again, you know, that kind of bullshit. So, look at that. Ooh, that thing's are scary right now, man. Check it out. All that stuff's just gonna dry in there. It's gonna be so damn good, boys and girls. So, all right, gonna let them go. As soon as this thing heats up, we're gonna toss them on. I do have the oven going to 475 just in case, because I am not gonna eat lunch at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I got the oven as a backup, but we're gonna see what she does. I got faith, man, I got faith. All right, guys, we are back in business. Just posted a video on what I did, resetting the controller in recovery mode, updating from the factory reset right directly to the latest firmware. And 1 second, I'm sorry. I guess I should have done this first. Man, oh man, I got a mess going on. Sorry, guys. So now we are ready to throw our wings on. She heated up to 550 degrees in 12 minutes. So she is back to her raging self again. So let's do some grilling. So I'm going to toss my wings on. All seasoned up with our Death Meth. I forgot my tongs in the house, so I'm taking one for the team here, guys. Rip roaring, guys. Rip roaring. All right. So I'm gonna close these for a minute. We're gonna get my grill on. I gotta go get my tongs, go get some armor, and let's grill these things up. All right. Just like to add, we have a beautiful balance right at 500 degrees. I'm happy. I'm happy, guys. And here's our wings. Now I'm even more happy. These aren't going to take long at all. Oh man, they were nice. Oh boy. Yeah, boy. Man, those look good. All right, I'm gonna let them go for a few more minutes, get this side crispy, and we'll eat. All right, guys. We are pulling these bad boys off. Just get Uncle Buck out. And doing something like that. Look at those things. Man, they were pretty. All right. Let's go into actual shutdown mode. And that's a wrap. So, all right, let's get in there, give them a little test. Let's eat. All right, guys, check it out. Got my fries going, so I just rolled them up a little bit, let them cool down. Look at these guys. Man. And check this out. This is what I'm talking about. Look how tender, juicy, and just plain fantastic those things are. Ooh, and they got a kick. I like it. All right, guys, that's it. That is the Death Meth wings. I'll put the rub in the post. And if you got a pressure cooker, I'm telling you, give it a shot. You'll never look at wings the same way. All right, that's all I got.